Hello, everyone, and welcome back to T-Shirts and Tea Tuesdays. This was supposed to be season 5, episode 3, but we're at season 5, episode 2 because the original air date I was under the weather. So, welcome back, everyone, to T-Shirts and Tea Tuesday. I know y'all are here to get some of this tantalizing, effervescent acumen that we are always spilling in these T-Shirts and Tea Tuesdays streets, honey. So welcome back. For all of our newbies, all of our new tea sippers, my name is LaShawn Rush. I am the host of T-Shirts and Tea Tuesdays. And yes, you happen to be in the right place at the absolute right time. So welcome. So, we always have to get our finalities out of the way, our little housekeeping tips. I want to give some shout outs to our production team who puts a lot of work into getting our shows ready, promotional and marketing materials. I also want to say in advance, thank you to our guest who is joining us tonight. His name is none other than Coach Sekou Obadias. He is here from last week's show. And listen, he spilled so much good tea. We had to have him back on today. Okay. So now that we have the formalities out of the way, let's go ahead and just remember that whatever social media platform you are on right now, please make sure that you visit our platforms, that you like, follow, share, and subscribe to our channel. Listen, we need you guys to spread the word, spread the good news, spread a little bit. Y'all want to pour out a little bit of this good old-fashioned tea too, honey. Okay, so thank you so much, everyone. And also make sure that you love. I want to see hearts. Give me some hearts tonight, honey. Give me some hearts. And I also want to make sure that I see you guys over in the comment section in the chat. Make sure y'all let us know how you like the show. If you're loving the show, put your hearts in there. If you want to join us on the platform, listen, we'll go ahead and hook you up with that link to come on in so you can give us some of that, some feedback. We want to hear from you. And absolutely last but not least, I want to thank my makeup artist, Miss Tyra Renee. You guys, as always, she hooks me up. She has me looking absolutely fantastic and fabulous as always. So you guys can always find her on Instagram under Tyra Renee, and she's also on YouTube under Tyra Renee. You can book her. She does travel. So like if you need her to do makeup for special occasions or whatever the case may be, hit her up. She's available. And so with that being said, guys, listen, we have a fantastic show and lineup for you tonight. So as I said last week, and probably we're saying for season 5 that our theme is going to be the repair of the Black family, but it could go on for the rest of the year. Why? Because we are important people. We are fantastically and fearfully and wonderfully made. We are the melanin of the world, honey, and everybody wants some of this good old-fashioned melanin. But we do want to deal with some of the things that have caused disrepair in our community and our families. We want our people to be whole. And so that is one of the reasons why we asked Coach Obadias to come back to T-Shirts and Tea Tuesdays. We want him to get a little bit more in depth with us on some of the things that we're facing in our community and ways that we can begin to deal with our community using a grassroots effort of dealing with me, myself, and I first. Right? If we get ourselves together, then we can spread our love and our healing to our family members and to our community through our church or our religion or whatever the case may be. So there are a lot of other groups on Facebook that are also delving into this. I know that we mentioned Black People United. You guys want to go over there. Dr. Harris is doing some fantastic work there. Coach is the executive director of Black People United. So you want to make sure that you are tuned in tonight. So guys, share. And before we bring Coach Obadias on tonight, I want to go ahead and let you guys know that if you missed last week's episode of Bimp on the Spot with Taz, you missed the treat, honey. Make sure that after you tune in tonight, and if you decide to go and take Coach Obadias' free session, put it in your favorites on Facebook and on YouTube to go back and review last week's episode of Bimp on the Spot with Taz. He interviewed founder and owner of Next Generation Payroll, Mr. Brian Jennings. This week, guys, we have a treat for you. Yes, I'm trying to sing a little bit. I know y'all hear it, okay? But I cannot ever touch this young lady's voice. She has been on TeeShirtz Tea Tuesdays before. She has also been on Bimp on the Spot. She's released some new music. So you guys want to make sure that you are there to see the interview with Miss Siobhan Monique, guys, and on Bimp on the Spot with Taz this coming Thursday, February 3rd. You guys don't want to miss that interview. It's going to be fire. It's going to be lit. It's going to be all of that, honey. Okay, so we'll be right back with Coach Obadias right after this.
We must stand up for our rights. We must not give up the fight. Deep down, you know that's the key to save our humanity. Speak up the truth. What's true to you? 'Cause when it's real, you can feel it down in your soul. Open your eyes. Ask questions why. We got the power. It's time to take the control.
Yes, I know y'all feeling it, honey. And we want to welcome Coach Obadias. Hi, Coach. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening. Good evening to everyone in the audience.
Good evening. I am so happy that you decided to join us again tonight. And I want to let the people know that we are going to have Dr. Harris back on with us as well. We are really driving it home the importance of our health and our well-being. I know that you guys have seen the news and the number of just this week, Miss USA jumped off of a building in New York. She was Miss USA 2019. And so her, as well as a couple of other people in our community, have, taken things into their own hands. They've been dealing with things mentally and emotionally that have driven them to the point to feel like they could not go on with their lives. So this is why tonight's show is so important. This is why we are bringing Coach on, because we need to begin to deal with some of these issues. And also, just to say this before Coach gets started, happy first day of Black History Month to everyone. I hope that you guys have some wonderful things in store and planned for you and your children, whether it's teaching your children and your family and your community about Black history, or whatever the case may be. We really want to drive home self-care this month for Black History Month. So, Coach, let's talk about this. Did you see the news with Miss USA?
No, I did not. But after I heard you, I'm going to probably look it up after the show tonight.
Yeah, this is one of the reasons why I think more now than ever, a lot of our people have really been talking about, mental health. And Coach, getting a coach or having a coach along with maybe a psychologist or a psychiatrist is important, because there are things that I've learned by just being with Coach and going to his free sessions, that there are traumas that we experience in our lifetime as children, that because sometimes the trauma is so bad, we subconsciously block those things off. Right? And because we block them off, they create blocks to where we're not able to get past a certain point, and we find ourselves repeating certain cycles because this is learned behavior. And so what do they say about insanity? It's doing the same thing, expecting different results. Unfortunately, a lot of us do that, not realizing that we're repeating the same actions over and over and over again due to the fact that we have some blocks that we have not been able to connect with. So coach, can you just give us a little bit of feedback in terms of why having a coach is so important?
Thank you very much, LaShawn. And good afternoon or good evening to those of you in the audience. If you are new to the broadcast, welcome. And if you are not new to the broadcast, but you're hearing me for the very first time, thank you
Mhm.
for tuning in. Let me set the stage by uh, letting you know why I'm doing these sessions. And I know LaShawn did not say it, but what I intend to do is on as many platforms as I could. I am doing a series that is called Guiding Principles for Success. And in those series, I'm going to be covering tidbits on all of the various things that people can do to try to help them along the way. The reason why I'm doing these, the objective, the reason why I'm doing these series of broadcasts is to help people to minimize or limit the risk or the cost associated with living without proper proper knowledge,
Mm.
proper information, and proper guidance. And I'm saying proper and stressing the word proper because not all information is good information.
That's
If you
true.
get your information from the internet and a lot of times from the media, then you may be, um, if you are not getting your information from the social media and from the regular media, you may be uninformed. But
Mhm.
more often than not, if you're getting your information from social media or even on many of the regular broadcast media, you may be informed, but you may be misinformed.
Mm.
So information is absolutely important.
Yeah.
Now, when I talk about success and it and the guiding principles to success, when I talk about success, I'm talking about success holistically. The, and as you just mentioned, being having a high achievement in any specific area of your life does not necessarily make you a success. I know
Mm.
our society have deemed success by either material,
Mhm.
academic accomplishment, or individual levels of accomplishment or attainment in various fields. But we
Right.
find a number of people have had a number of success, either material, academic, or
Mhm.
scholastic achievement, or sports or entertainment, makes a lot of money, hundreds of thousands, sometimes
Yeah.
multi millions of dollars, and end up killing themselves.
Yeah.
So success holistically is the reason why I've written a book. It's the reason why I run a program that is designed to help people to be holistically successful. Health,
Yes.
wealth, mental freedom, relationship, happiness, love, relationship, to cover everything to make you a holistic person. Because if you're holistic on the inside and you feel good about yourself on the inside,
Mm.
then no way are you going to use permanent a permanent reason
Decision.
to
Yes.
solve a temporary situation.
Yes.
Killing yourself is a permanent action
Yes.
to solve a temporary situation because of how you feel maybe today or how you're feeling in your life. No, we all go through hillside and valleys in our lives.
Mhm.
And as we going through the various hillside and valleys, our emotions change, our states change, but things change. The one thing that is going to be always there is you and the universe
Yeah.
and situation. The only thing constant in the universe is change. Things are going to keep changing. So you can't use a permanent result to fix a temporary situation. But these things happen when we have internal issues
Wow.
that is not dealt with. And unfortunately, we don't have many of us have not been exposed to personal development coaching, have not been
Mm.
exposed to dealing with some of the issues, especially in the Black community. In,
Yes.
in our community, it's almost taboo to talk about mental health.
Yes. Yes.
And as I say, we just don't suffer from mental health. We suffer from post slavery PSD. So we got it real bad from a long, long time. And then add to that all of the various things that have happened to us sexually, emotionally, physically, mentally,
Mm,
financially, and systemic. So we have it bad. And it is the reason why I am doing these sessions. So if you're tuning in, welcome. And these sessions are going to be guiding principles for success. And I'm not typically going to be doing a very lengthy presentation.
mm-hmm.
Um, I'm going to be doing tidbits, maybe a 5 minutes, 10 minutes tidbits, and give you some motivation, inspiration, but give you some
Yeah.
tools
Mm-hmm.
that you can use for the day.
Oh my gosh, coach, this is so good. Listen, y'all, if you do not have your pen and pads, honey, you are doing yourself a disservice, honey. Listen, it is scientifically proven that after the first 15 minutes of hearing verbal communication, we literally our brains like kind of just shut
Tuned
down.
out and blocked. Hmm.
It blocks information. So it's important for us to arm ourselves with pen and paper or cell phone and fingers in your notepad. Take some notes. I kind of jumped the gun a little bit for those who were not with us on last week. Coach, can you please give them a little background about who you are, what you do, what your organization and your companies are about so that they know that you are very well qualified?
Appreciate it. And actually, I have that teed up to share. Um, when you're there is a saying, but I don't remember who the author is. It says
Mhm.
that a person with theory will always be at the leverage of a person with experience.
Mm.
A person with a theory is always going to be held at bay with a person with experience.
Mhm.
What I tell people is that success leaves traits. You can always learn things. You can always know things. You can always find things. Because just study the lives of highly successful people within the field of which you are looking for, whatever your genre is. Find someone
Mhm.
who has done it before. Whatever one man has done, another man could do. Now, I'm saying that to say this, that my coaching came from my life story.
Mm.
I was born in British Guyana in South America, under a British colonized system of education where reading is everything. The first time I've ever
Mm.
heard of multiple choice is when I came to the United States. We didn't have no multiple choice, nothing. Even the mathematics, they give you the math problem in the form of a whole big drawn out a question that you have to spend a whole lot of time reading to understand even what they're asking you. And after
Mm.
that, then you have to do the mathematics. And after you've done the mathematics, then you have to do a summation, write a whole theory on how you arrive at the answer. So you cannot not even put up an answer. So if you cannot read in a British foundational education system, you kind of doom. And most people around the world that have exposed to the British education system, it is a very high level of education. I mean, the intellect is high and it's much higher than many other countries, especially many other developed countries. Well, I could not
Mhm.
read, didn't understand why. Now I understand that I was dyslexia. However,
Wow.
because I couldn't read and then writing was not my thing, I just checked out. And I did not know it became one of my greatest blessings because I did not know it at the time, but because I could not read and did not function in the academic education system,
Mhm.
I was not subject to the uniformed conditional programming that society gives to you, especially in the first 7 years of your life. I missed that, which forced me to think outside the box, relies on my hand, relies on my brain,
Wow.
and I have to find things away. I came to the United States at the age of 27 in Brooklyn, went back to high school at night, to
Wow.
Erasmus High School at night, and got a high school diploma at the age of 28. Went to college, CUNY system in New York, got a computer engineering technology degree, taught church school and high school, a combination of 8 years, got involved in the financial service field, because I did
Wow.
not know anything about money. But through that process, that's where it started. But through that process, I was exposed to two books: Les Brown, Live Your Dream, and Les Brown, Live Your Dream, and Napoleon Hill. Um, um, Boy, hmm, it can come back to me in a minute. But Les Brown, Live Your Dream, and Napoleon Hill. Boy, anyhow, they can come back to me. Those two books literally changed my mind and changed my life. Number one, I had the proper mindset because I came here believing that the United States of America is a country where anyone could come and turn from rags to riches. History has
Mm,
shown us that. I believe that. So I already knew
mm,
that if I come here, I can become wealthy. I can do whatever I wanted to do.
mm.
Number
Yeah.
two, I came here hungry for knowledge.
Wow.
And America has all of the information, all the knowledge, all the money, all of the everything. Number three, I had a tremendously high work ethic. In fact, I was
Mm,
always holding on two, three jobs, even while I was in college, because one of the gifts I picked up from not being able to read was a keen ear of listening. So that when I'm
mm,
in school, I didn't have to take much notes. Once you say something to me once, it's locked in. That was over years and years of listening because I
mm-hmm.
couldn't read. So I had to learn to memorize things.
Wow.
So when I took all of those things in, I became a phenomenal success. By the time I get in 20 years in, I made my first $1 million and start to work my way up. I studied taxes and become a tax professional, open up my own tax company. I study law. I have two sisters that are judges. I study law on my own, open up a paralegal company. I study businesses and business structures, open up a company called NASBIZ, the National Association for Small Business Services, where I help people from scratch to start a business, grow a business, provide all kinds of leadership coaching, all the way through funding. Um, then I wrote several books. The last book I wrote is a book called Breaking the Code: A Guide to Overcome the Effects of Negative Experiences and the Greatest Barriers to Faith and Performance. Then I created a course that can help people to live holistically. I've done several things in my life and become successful with all of them. I have traveled the world, lived in a mansion, everything that I wanted to, not
Wow.
everything, but most of all of the things I wanted to accomplish in life, I have. I'm 65 years of age, going to be 66 in 2 weeks. Um, but I am the happiest person on earth because my intellect is sharp, my mind is sharp, because I understand what I study everything I want. I study health, open up a health company called Genesis
Mm-hmm.
Natural Health Products. My
Wow.
point is this: if you have the proper mindset and released from the stigmas and all of the things that blocks us from taking advantage of good
Mm-hmm.
things, then really the sky is your limit, especially if you're living in the United States of America. Now, I say all those things to say this: that throughout my coaching, the books I wrote, my life experiences, I have made many, many mistakes. So what I did, I cataloged my life. All of the
Mm,
mistakes I've made, I checked them off because I know this. And I read it in books, and then I learned it for myself. And this is something I practice. I call R&R. Every single week, I stop and do a reflection and review of the week to find out what were the things that I did right and what were the things that I did wrong and how do I correct
mm,
them. You see, if you look at an angle, right, and and let's say this is an angle here. The further away you travel, the longer the distance is from the top to the base,
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? The further
Mm-hmm.
away. So the longer it takes you to stop and check yourself, this gap
Mm.
is opening wider and wider,
Wow.
and it makes it more and more difficult and find yourself in more and more trouble. So
Mm.
I not only catalog my life on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis, but I wrote a lot of things down. And the things I'm teaching you, uh, teaching and coaching people about, I spent over upwards of $300,000 over my 25 years career.
Wow.
I attended every person I could speak, all of the great leaders, all of the great teachers, went to the seminars, bought the books, bought the materials. Now I'm taking all of that along with my life's personal experience, and feeding it back to people in bite-sized chunks that they can handle.
Mm.
So
Wow.
my experience and the things that I've accomplished is the things that gave me the proper authority to be able to share information. And if you would listen to some of the
Hmm.
things that I say, I tell people, follow no man, but become
Mhm.
a good student. Listen,
Mhm.
learn, and do your own research, do your own due diligence. And if it makes sense, follow it. If you want to be successful, you need about three things. One, you need to have a good idea.
Mm.
Two, you need to have the knowledge to know what to do.
Mm.
Three, you need to have the knowledge to know how to do it. However, having a good idea, having the what to do, and knowing how to do it does not necessarily translate into positive, actionable results.
Mm.
The key and the secret sauce to success is how do I get myself to do what I know I should be doing or what I know that I can do to help me to be successful. Most people kind of know what to do, but how do you get yourself to do what it is that you know you should or can do to be success is the secret sauce. So what I did was this. I ran a free coaching program for 6 weeks and give people an opportunity to be exposed to personal development coaching. And out of that and some of that feedback, because people are having challenges financially, I've created a website, the number one, $1success.com. The number one, and then spell the word $success.com.
Mm.
$1success.com. And on that website, I've provided bite-sized
Wow.
information for people to find the secret of success that I made $1.
Wow.
So if you go to our website, $1success.com, you can go and purchase for $1 the secret of why it is that people fail and how to get over the bump and stop you. If you're going to get involved in any type of project, any type of personal development work, anything you want to do, a relationship, any adventure you want to get into, before you even do that, you want to know what to do, how to do it, and how do I get myself to do what I know that I should and or can do. And you can get that for $1 for $1 success. And then on that website, what I did is I made my coaching bite size. You can get coaching from $5 all the way up to complete whole program with live audience for $400. So I've created a number of information and packages that people could afford that you can learn piece by piece in your own time
Mhm.
at your own space. So hopefully that some of this information will be useful to you. We're going to be doing these guiding principles for success. So every time LaShawn has a program, I'm going to ensure I have either a live portion, even if it's a 5 minute or 10 minutes tidbit, either a live portion or a recorded portion that I will continue giving you all of these tidbits on the guiding principle for success that covers every single aspect of your life, your health, your wealth, your relationship, your mentality, your mindset, and your happiness.
Wow, coach. Like, I know y'all saw I was sipping on this tea. Listen, this is why this is T-shirts and Tea Tuesdays, honey. And listen, I got the cold tea because the cold tea is just like, hey, stop me in my tracks and make me slow down a little bit to receive this information. This is like really good. And I think what happens is that we as a people, we know that we need to begin to tackle some of our issues, and a lot of times we know that we have, issues, but we take ownership, like, this is who I am, and we say this is who I am as a way to protect ourselves or to guard ourselves because we are fearful of what might come. When you hold, like, basically, I've watched shows where they remove, like, lipomas from people. People have had lipomas for like 5 or 10 years, and they're concerned about it going away because they become, even though they know it's ugly, especially if it's in a place that people can see, is visible to people around them, and they're sick of people looking at them and looking at this big huge lump on their head or on their face or on their eye, because they've become so conditioned to it being, it's like a comfort blanket, or something that they hold on to as ownership. They're afraid sometimes of letting it go.
Hmm.
And I know that sounds crazy, but that's literally how it is. When we've been so traumatized by things, oftentimes we know that we need to get rid of it, but because we've held on to it for so long, it's like having a blanket, that we're just so used to having, that we know we need to get rid of, but we're afraid to. We don't know what we look like without it anymore. We can't remember what we look like or what we were like before that trauma came. So as a people, we're very, most of us are, afraid of letting go of those things, even though they know that those are the very things that's hindering us. And we keep looking at other people like, oh my gosh, they're so successful. How did they get this? How did they get that? And then we become envious and jealous when there are things within us that we have to relinquish and be free of, so that we can get closer to that success. So I love the fact that you touched on all of those things, and I'm taking notes. I mean, I've been a part of both free sessions. I have pages and pages of notes that I review often. But things sometimes, it's like when you see a good movie for the first time, there are things in the movie that you miss. The movie was good, but then when you go back and you watch it for the second time, you're like, oh wow, I didn't recognize that. I didn't see that. And then you go and watch it the third time, and you're like, oh dang, I missed that. How did I miss that? So it's good to to be a part of these sessions and just go and review and be in these sessions, because each time you come out with something valuable. And I think that's what Dr. Harris was saying. She was like, I've been a part of all of them except one.
Hmm.
And
Y-
so you can tell a person's, like you said, success leaves traits.
mhm.
You can
Mhm.
tell, people don't necessarily need to um know of your experience when you have people that have been amongst you, who have practiced what you have taught, to have
Yes.
implemented the coaching that you have given them. Then the success of those individuals leave traits.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so I can say that because I know Dr. Harris. I've been around her. I've seen what she's been able to accomplish. And I know the things that she has been through in life. So I understand that. Now I have a question for you, Coach. What are some of the most meaningful goals that your coaching has allowed clients to actualize?
Well, let me share this with you. Without hope, people perishes. But with hope, people not only survive, but you will
Mm,
prosper. All of the people that have gone through my coaching, now listen to this. All of the people that have gone through my coaching and have applied the things that I taught. You see, it's not information. My coaching is not so much about information.
mm,
It is much more about how to do the things we need to do.
mm,
You see, people learn from two different ways. People, you can either learn from smelling the smoke,
mm,
or you can learn from feeling the heat.
mm,
No one has ever gone through my coaching class. No one that have never seen a change. It's impossible, because
mm,
what I do with my coaching, and having done this for so many years, is I help people to walk them through a path to get them to a place that they can start to see in themselves the need for change. You see, change begin with making the decision to change.
mm.
You can't solve a problem if you don't recognize that you have a problem, no
Wow.
matter what the problem is.
Come
And
on.
and it is not necessarily that people um people don't want to change, or it's not necessarily that people stuck in their comfort zone. When it is
Mhm.
true that people are stuck in their comfort zones, that is true. But
Yeah.
the reason that people are stuck in their comfort zone is not necessarily because they want to be in the comfort zone.
Mm.
We have issues in our subconscious mind
Wow.
that's programmed. And that programmed subconscious mind informs our conscious thinking, our goals, our image, our feelings, our emotions of who we are, and that's what we act on. So if I believe myself for years and years, having been traumatized, having gone through all the stuff, having me told you no good, having me call you black, and then make black a negative, then I want to
Mm.
change my face. I don't want to look black no more because people think that
Wow.
black is not healthy. I no longer
Yeah.
love myself. No matter how much I look in the mirror and how much makeup I put on and how many different things I do to my skin, my face, and my hair, I'm never gonna feel satisfied because
Mm.
beauty was defined to me as Caucasian, narrow features,
Yes.
fair skin,
Yes.
narrow lips, and blue
Mm.
eyes. So unless I gonna totally bleach myself, change my hair, change my
Wow.
eye, I will never feel I am beauty if I have
Mm.
accepted, and we all have, because
Yes.
we were programmed with everything in the media, every book, magazine, every movie, over and over. We were programmed to what beauty is supposed to look like. And then apart from the
Mhm.
facial, what beauty is supposed to look like, we were programmed of what beauty is supposed to, not only in the face featured, what it
Mhm.
looks like. Remember, for years and years and years, you had to have a Coca-Cola shape or already that
Yes.
it wasn't beautiful. Forget there was no plus size, nothing. Um,
Mhm.
no, when you have all of those things happening on the inside, then you cannot make the moves necessary for change, because in order to change it requires you embracing something that you're not accustomed to.
Wow.
It makes you to it have you do. I said that there is uh the habitual mind is the enemy to the developing self. You are
Wow.
self-sabotaging because in the conscious mind, I want to do this, I want good stuff, I want to learn, I want to do these things. But in your subconscious mind, it's no, no, no. I am not good enough. I can't do it. I'm a failure. And every time I try, I'm gonna fail. And I don't want to fail. And I feel so hurt and bad of my failure. So I rather not try because I don't want the pain of failing again. So it is better for me not try. Now, all of these are not happening in your conscious mind. That's not what you're thinking. But in your
Mm.
subconscious mind, that's what's going on. And
Wow.
that's why people don't take it's difficult for them to even go get the materials, get the stuff, attend the courses, do the things that can help them. It's not that
Yes.
those things are not available, but you
Mhm.
have issues in our subconscious mind that blocks our ability to do the things that is necessary for us to go get the help that we need.
Wow.
And that's why you have to be patient with people, because if all of us would recognize, to get to the state of change, A, and to embrace the change, and B, to get to the point where you start to making changes, it
Mhm.
might take you 15, 20, 30, 50 years to get to that point.
Wow.
Therefore, you have to be patient with people. So to answer your question is, if you have attended any one of my courses, my life coaching,
Mhm.
what I do in the coaching is walk people through a systematic step from the preparation all the way through to a point that I can get them to recognize that I have a problem and I want to make change. Once you get on
Mm.
that path, then I can take my hands off, quite honestly, because the
Wow.
materials are everything you need. I have the materials, and not only me, the resources is all over. But you
Right.
have to get on the path, and not only get on the path, I have to keep you there long enough so that it becomes sustainable enough for the subconscious mind to be reprogrammed. Because if you
Mm.
start and I take my hands off too soon, you're going to revert back to the old thing. You see, you need
Yes.
to have someone have a belief in you
Mm.
long enough that you can have the belief in your own self. And that's what my
Right.
coaching does. One last thing I want to say on that topic is this: is that's why, by the way, my book is in all format, including audio. And the reason why they are in all format, you need to get the course and play it over and over and over. Get the book
Mhm.
and listen it over and over and over. And you can buy the courses in small chunks
Simple format.
and
Yeah.
just listen to them over and over, because
Mhm.
you want to keep refreshing over and over and over and keep putting the information in the subconscious mind until the subconscious mind triggers you to start to move in a different path. That's why you
Mm.
want to go over and over, because it's not only the fact that information is processed in small bites, because after a while you know that's one thing. But then
Mhm.
you want it to come over and over and over. I have people that have attended my course live course over a year ago, and even on these free stuff I'm giving, never miss not one of these free stuff, even though they have paid the money and attend the whole full close. So I called him.
Wow.
I said, Jared, why is it that you keep coming back to these courses? And he said, Coach, listen, he was giving me an example, and then I'm going to stop on this example. He was giving an example. He said, I used to listen to a lot of music, and now I'm trying to do some different things, and I'm listening to music. Music is what I do, what since I was very young. I'm into music, and he listens to all these music. So he
Mhm.
he now wanted to do something. He wanted to get involved with some business, something, and it required him reading some books and doing some different things. He said, Coach, I'm finding that when I try to read the book, I want to, my mind tell me read a book. The desire say read a book, and I'm willing to read a book, but all is in my head is the music. So what I had to do, I had to shut
Wow.
and stop playing the music for almost 2 weeks just to get the music out of my head. No, that's the point.
Wow.
The point. So he says that the reason why he coming over and over again, because he
Because he knows.
realized it
Yeah.
has to go over and over, and allow it to
Mm.
stick like music in your head. Let his
Yes.
words keep over and over and over and over. That's the point I was making.
I love it. I love that. I know that's happened to me where I can wake up and I have a song stuck in my head and that song is stuck there all week
All
long.
day, yep,
So
all day
that
long,
is
all week long.
so very true. Oh my gosh. There are a couple things that you stated that just kind of really stuck with me. Is one you said about your coaching. It's not about a lecture or a conversational piece. It's more about helping us to change the way we think.
You think,
And you said taking those small steps with us helps us to identify the issues within ourselves.
right, right, and
I
not
love
just
that.
not just identify. Some people even know that they have the issues, but
Right.
embrace it. You hear what happened, right? You see, the
Mhm.
mind was programmed to protect us. There's a
Mhm.
fight from flight and fight
Fight, yeah, fight
principle,
and flight, yeah.
the syndrome. What it does is, so when we have anything that could affect us and cause us pain,
Mhm.
our mind blocks or pushes it away to protect us from the pain that it causes. So that all of the things that we know that we need to
Mhm.
change and we need to work
Mhm.
on, if I try to deal with it, it is a reminder of the things that have happened that caused me that pain. And because I don't want to cause, not this is not conscious thinking, no, all this is happening in the subconscious mind.
Mhm.
And because it's trying to protect me from the pain, I would rather
Mm.
not deal with the issue, because the issue is gonna make me deal with the pain.
Yes.
So what you
Yes.
need is, that's why you need a coach, right?
Mm.
What I talk about coaching is this: is we play the game of life without a manual, without any type of rules, and we expect to win. Well,
Wow.
you're not gonna win a
Yes.
game if you don't know the rules and have no manuals.
Yes.
And every successful person in every single genre, if you talk to them, they will say that one of the things they had was a coach. Because you need to have someone work with you, not only, even if there is nothing for the person to do and tell you, is just to
Mhm.
keep encouraging, motivating, inspiring, and walk with
Mm.
you, pouring in you their belief in you until you're strong
Mm.
enough to have the belief in yourself to keep on moving forward.
Mm.
To try to believe you can just go on to some courses or just go to a
Wow.
seminar, or pick
Wow.
up a couple of books and read, and then you will change. If it was easy,
Wow.
everyone would have done it.
Yes.
Yes, less than 5% of, less than that, less than 2% of people that get involved in personal development ever see it through. Look how many people, I mean, you could just look at your own lives if you listen to me. How many things have you started and stopped? Start a
Yes.
diet, start weight, relationship, start and stop,
Yep.
start, I'm gonna save money.
Mhm.
Everything in life you could think of, start and stop. It's not because you want to stop. It's because things inside of you is making you stop. And
Yeah.
what I'm teaching people is how to get past that. And that $1 success.com, for $1, you
For
can get
one
that
dollar.
material of
Come
how to
on.
get past that, what to do to get past that,
Mm.
start and stop to put you on the path. $1
Wow.
$1success.com. Spend $1, download that, get that stuff, and start to read it, listen to it, and follow those
Yes.
things. And then save a couple of pennies. You can get the course for $40. I mean, there are some things you can get for like $9. Save your
Mm-hmm.
pennies. It might be this is the start of the year, but would be a good idea to go on a mini diet and back off the McDonald's or
Yeah.
whatever you're eating for a while, and save a
Mm.
couple of pennies and get one of those courses that you can listen to it over and over, one of those recorded coaches. Get the book, read the book, and follow those things until you change your life. Because I'm telling you, there is no better feeling in life than when you become mentally free from
Mm.
all of the headaches, all of these things that have been bogging you. There's so many things that you want to
Wow.
do in life that you don't do, that you know you should. Don't end up like
Mm.
everybody else.
Mm. Coach, that's some good tea. Listen, everyone, if you are just now tuning in, and for those who are already tuned in, please put some hearts in the chat for Coach Obadias. He is giving us the tea, the keys to success, to our personal success, right? We definitely need to give him some love. The guiding principles for success. Y'all need to get into these classes. Y'all see that dollar, the $1success.com. Make your way over there. I'm going to be making my way over there. I've been encouraging my family members to also invest in themselves and participate in these sessions, because we all have trauma. If you are, I mean, everybody has trauma,
Everybody,
but
we all do.
especially if you are in the Black
In the black
community,
community, we have it
we
bad.
need we need this, right?
Hmm.
We deal with so many other obstacles and challenges that don't even have anything to really do with, you know, anything but us being Black.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's trauma in and of itself. Like,
Hmm.
Coach, you are dropping some gems. You are dropping some gems tonight. This is like so exciting. Listen, everyone, we are live tonight with Coach Sekou Obadias. He is the founder of um,
Gold International, Gift of
Gold
Life International.
International Gift of Life. And you guys, listen, he's also has free sessions, free personal coaching sessions that you can be a part of. They are offered on Tuesday evenings at 8:30, and as well as on Thursday evenings at 8:30. If you're not available on Tuesday, catch the Thursday session. If you're not available on Thursday, catch the Tuesday session. And these are not ongoing now. These are going to end at some point. So make sure that you get in and listen to those sessions. Do soul searching. You know, a lot of times within the Black community, we're taught, what goes on in this house stays in this house. All of the
Hmm.
deep, dark secrets of your
All these
family, you
secrets.
hold on to. Right. And these are learned behaviors. This goes back to what he was saying. We're trained like that. So
Hmm.
subconsciously, we hold everything. We hold everything, and then we don't understand why we're being, stifled, and how it is that we're stuck. It seems like we're in quicksand. The more you move to try to get out, the more you feel like you're being swallowed up.
Hmm.
So these are the things that we need to release and free ourselves from. And this is someone that is an elder in our community that has, had the education. He's had the wisdom from just learning, living life. He has, been disciplined enough to catalog his life so that he can give us these jewels, right? This coach right here, this man, this elder is no joke, y'all. He is no joke. I'm saying y'all want to get into these sessions, and I'm not getting nothing off of this by bringing this to you. What I'm passionate about is seeing my people, my community, my people being made whole, us being free. We're already very creative. We're already very tenacious and inventive, and all of these things. We naturally possess these things, right? We naturally possess it. So now we need to go deeper and unlock the other treasures that are hidden within us.
Since the last John, let me just state this, and in closing, because I have to start prepare from the show. I understand the history of United States. I understand the history of the of Europe and the Western world because
Mhm.
I've studied history. History was my minor in college. I'm saying this, irrespective of who the president of the United States is,
Mm.
irrespective to all of the Jim Crow laws,
Mm.
irrespective to all of the racist programs, all of the different things in there, irrespective to all of those things, during all of those eras, you will find there were individual black folks that were phenomenally successful and have attained the highest degrees in every field imaginable in spite of those things. And what I'm saying to you is this: if you get your mental free,
Mhm.
United States is the land of opportunities. I don't care how many programs, how many issues, how many whatever. Nothing will stop you but you from
Mm.
succeeding, irrespective of what's happening around you.
Wow.
I am a living example, and I have cataloged so many people came from all over this world with all kinds. When we leave home and come to the United States to live, all
Mhm.
that we came with is a suitcase. That's it.
Right.
Nothing else but a suitcase. That's all that we have
Mhm.
when we land here. And
Mhm.
15 people, 10 people, 6 people clogged up in one bedroom
Wow.
with one desire: I'm going to make it here. If the mindset is different, it's changed, no
Mm.
matter what is obstacles around you, within 1 or 2 generations, those people have become all kinds of stuff. And I'm
Wow.
saying it can happen for you. The
Mhm.
difference between where you are and where you want to be is 6 inches,
Mm.
just between your ears. The difference from
Wow.
where you are to where you want to be is 6 inches. And
Mm.
I'm saying to you, that's why I call it $1 success. If you make the very first step and spend $1,
Mm.
that dollar gives you a document that starts to understand what happened, why people fail, and start to put you on the path to start to learn the things you need to know to be able to do the things that you need to do to get you to where you
Right.
want to go. Any and everything is possible because you were created by a wonderful God with an unbelievable,
Yes.
powerful mind to design the life that you choose to live.
Mm.
And the only thing that's blocking you is your program mindset. And let me say this
Mm.
in closing: don't beat yourself up, because the way your mind was programmed had nothing to do with you. You were not the one that decide, I want to program my mind with a whole bunch of negative things that will allow me
Mm.
to make all kind of self-destructive decisions and self-destructive actions. You did not do that. You were
Wow.
not even aware that you were being programmed. And by the time you were grown enough and old enough to be able to make decisions on our own, our mind was so messed up with all of the things that was told to us, all of the things that have happened to us, that is locked
Mm.
up and clogged up in there. And then guess what we do? We lock it up, keep it a secret.
Yeah.
So we keep the
Yeah.
secret locked up, not
Yeah.
recognizing that the secret is the thing that is killing you. You need to let it go.
Yes.
Let
Oh
it
my
go.
gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, guys, listen, he is oozing with this
It's good.
wisdom. And the
It's
thing
good.
is in closing, coach, one of the things that I wrote down in my journal was the importance of having fathers and mothers in the community, the elders that can speak life and wisdom. We don't have that very much anymore. So when we have someone like you and people like Dr. Claude Anderson and individuals like that, our elders that are pillars in our community, we have to treasure that. We have to become students so that by you teaching us, now we can begin to teach the younger
Teach.
generations, because our elders, the people with wisdom, they're dying off. Like
Mm-hmm.
we don't have, and the elders are what keep the community together.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
what it's the glue that helps to keep us young people and those in younger generations kind of pour in to them. So I'm going to admonish everyone who is watching this show tonight to please share this show with your friends, your family, everyone in your community. Share it. We appreciate you, Coach. We thank the Most High for you. We thank the Most High for all of your experiences, all of the failures, all of the successes, all of the, the things that seem like they were failures. We really are appreciative of that, because you haven't been begrudging and giving it back and pouring it out. You know what I'm saying? And it's not about money, because we have $1success.com.
$1 for success.com.
$1
And you can find
success.com.
things that you need for $4, $5.
Yes.
So it's and I gotta run, but just let me say this. It's important that each one reach one, teach one, because we
Mhm.
need to reach back. Even those who are listening to the show tonight, it takes a lot with all of the different medias out there, all of the different mediums with all kinds of information. For someone to
Mhm.
take the time off to come to listen to a show like this, it's important. So we want
Yes.
to let you know how much appreciative we are about you, that you have taken the time to come to listen to this show. Now, once you're here, do something with it. Get some
Yes.
information, start to work on yourself, and then teach and share with others, because the people around you, each one of you is a seed that could be
Mm.
planted, that could bear tremendous fruit for everyone
Wow.
within your circle of influence. Okay?
Wow.
So now the next time I come on, and then from that point on, I'm not going to be going this long. I'm going to be doing just those tidbits, 5-10 minute
Yes.
tidbits, and then leave. Right. So you're
Yes,
going to be
sir.
having guiding principles for success tidbits every time you before when LaShawn finished doing her introduction. She can have a quick guiding principle for success and then go into her show. Thank you very
Yes.
much, Sister LaShawn. Thank you, audience, for listening, and we hope to see you at the top. Bye
Thank
bye.
you, Coach. Good night,
Good
everyone.
night.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
Bye bye. Good night.
Listen, guys, we had a phenomenal, seriously, I'm the host and I'm taking notes. I was hoping I wasn't being too rude, but I got to get some. So, look, my tea, my cup runneth over. So, I got to take that tea down and process it and empty it out so that I can receive more. I hope that this show was encouraging for you. I hope that it inspired you to want to go through his courses. We're about to end tonight's show, this episode 2 of T-Shirts and Tea Tuesdays, so that hopefully you all will go in and actually tune in to tonight's session with Coach Obadias. Make sure that you join him. If our producer can put up the website for the course tonight, make sure that you are there, guys. It's free, absolutely free for you to go in and receive some words of wisdom. www.freepdc.com. That's www.freepdc.com. Make sure that you are there. Also, guys, make sure that you tune in to Thursday nights Bimp on the Spot with Taz. We are going to have our guest of the evening, Miss Siobhan Monique. She is going to be there to share her new music video and some of the things that she has upcoming for this year. Very influential young lady. I am so very proud of all of the great moves that she's making in the music industry, and her concern also for healing our community. And a lot of that, it comes out in her music. So I want you guys to make sure that you tune in on Thursday evening at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Bimp on the Spot's Facebook page, or you can visit us over at YouTube on Bimp Corporation's YouTube channel. Also, guys, make sure that you stay tuned and that you go over to our website, mybimp.com, to pre-register for the Harlem Nights extravaganza in October 14th through the 16th. God, we have a lot of stuff in store for you all this year. And so we hope that by doing this, that we are also, this is our way of giving back to our community and showing you all that we are all about our people, right? So next week we're going to start back doing some product previews. And at some point we'll get back to doing the on the spot business owners, the spotlight business owners for each segment. But we're definitely going to be having Coach come on and do a 5-minute segment. So make sure that you tune in. Make sure that you share, like, and subscribe. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in this evening. And we will see you on Thursday evening at 6:30 for Bimp on the Spot with Taz. And then back here again on Tuesday evening at 6:30 for T-Shirts and Tea Tuesdays with yours truly. Wow. So in the meantime, in between time, y'all have a blessed week. Stay safe. Be blessed. God bless you and have a great evening.
We must stand up for our rights. We must not give up the fight. Deep down, you know.